something about the physical nature of this campus, put with the people that you run into, that just imbues the warmth. I have nothing but good memories, warm memories of my time here, and I'm sure it must still be the same for students.
Thinking back on the decision I made 4 years ago to come here, and then looking at why I'm here today, it's just so much more that I've learned in my experiences.
From my beginnings, from my reasoning, the beginning of time, I always wanted to be a Razorback. I wanted to go to the University of Arkansas. I wanted to go to the university.
The University of Arkansas is one of the best kept hidden secrets in the United States or in the world. This institution is a quality institution.
I looked across the country trying to find something that was truly special, and I didn't realize that was in my backyard the entire time. When I came up here for official visit, I knew that there was something different about the University of Arkansas.
Well, I think the most memorable experience, you just can't help but remember it. Perhaps above all, I was here on December the 7th, 1941. And the next day, when President Roosevelt spoke to the Congress about the Day of Infamy, we gathered, I suppose not the whole student body, but a mighty lot of us, in the old Student Union down on Maple. The room was just jammed. I can still remember sitting on the arm of a couch listening.
Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan.
And there was just a stillness in that room as those of us young people realized what had happened, and I think that we even began to sense what we were going through.
And well understand the implications to the very life and safety of our nation. As Commander-in-Chief of the Army and Navy, I have directed that all measures be taken for our defense, but always will our whole nation remember the character of the onslaught against us.
And I turned to a friend and she said, "Oh, Dorothy, your brother will have to go." "No," I said, "he's only 16. He won't have to go." Unfortunately, my brother died at the age of 19 in a B-17 bomber over the English Channel. So that makes that stand out for me. Now, this isn't to say that I didn't have some mighty happy moments here, but I did lose 5 very close friends that were there that day in the war.
We have a student body that is interested in the social problems that confront the nation. I think our students are inquisitive. They really are here to study, not only to get their degree, which is obviously the most important thing, but also to experience life and to meet other people and to, in a sense, grow up here at the university.
I think that the students that come out of here will occupy significant positions of leadership in the state.
It was difficult for me. A person likes to be involved. I was involved in student council and different clubs when I was in high school. You come here, you have so many student organizations. It was difficult some time to narrow down what I wanted to be involved in and still have enough time for academics, which is the reason why you're here. But for any student, I think whatever your interest is, there's enough activities and associations to get involved in.
I wanted to come to the flagship school in my home state of Arkansas that gave me a plethora of opportunities in terms of degrees.
Anytime you are anywhere in the world, you can almost say, I'm from Fayetteville, Arkansas, and people will say that's the home of the Razorbacks. I mean, I think it's very widely known, and it's a symbol of the esprit de corps of the university. I will say that my first remembrance of it was athletic. I was 11. I would have been 12 at some point during the year. No, I was 10. I would have been 11 some point during the year. John Barnhill had just become coach of the university. Most college athletic teams had been decimated during the war years. This was the first year after the war. Barnhill probably got a year's jump on everybody else in recruiting returned war veterans, and we had a fullback named John Hoffman I thought was wonderful, but we wound up with a better fullback, Muscles Campbell, and we had what I still consider one of the 2 or 3 greatest athletes that ever set foot on this campus, Clyde Smackover Scott. And Clyde ran a 9.4 100-yard dash when that was the world's record. His was disallowed because the wind was just slightly too strong. Having said that, on a given day, he could not outrun Aubrey Cobb Fowler. And I remember as a little kid watching Fowler win the 100-yard dash in the Southwest Conference track meet. And then I got a tape measure, and when everybody was doing something else, I went out and measured his last 3 strides. As he broke the tape, and they were something like 9 feet, 10 feet, and 11 feet. He was just barely touching the ground once in a while. So I've always been keenly interested in the athletic programs, but when I became a student on the campus, I got interested in the whole culture, and I remain interested in the whole culture.